Martina McBride is in the house. Your 11th career album, and you've been more involved in the writing process this time, Martina. 6 out of the 11 cuts, boom, have your name on.
Yeah, I did. I really focused on writing for this record. I took the time that it takes to do it. I made time to do it. And I just decided, you know what, I really need to focus on this and see what comes out of it. I've been really sort of a reluctant writer for a long time, and I don't know why. I don't know if part of it was just having to have the confidence and maybe being a little intimidated by all the amazing Nashville writers that we have. And then sometimes you have to go, well, I'm just going to go for it.
Now, you and your husband, John, own one of the finest recording studios in Nashville, Blackbird, but you got the heck out of Dodge to record this one. What's up with that?
Well, I've made every record that I've ever made in Nashville, and Scott Borchetta, the head of my record label, came to me one day and he said, have you ever thought about making a record out in someplace other than Nashville? And I said, no, I haven't really. And he goes, well, you know, I think maybe you should think about that. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And so I started really thinking about how frustrating it is sometimes to make music in Nashville, believe it or not, because I end up spending a very small percentage of my day focusing on making a record, and the rest of it is, you know, I mean, you just have life, right? You have all your responsibilities in life, and I'm a mom, and I love being a mom, and so...
So, like, when you were recording, you were worrying about what you were going to cook for dinner?
Exactly, right, exactly, because I started thinking, what am I going to make for dinner? Oh my God, there's no food in the house. I have to go to the grocery store. How am I going to have time to do that? And then at, 2:30, I mean, it's like the kids, I got to go pick up the kids from, either me or John goes and picks up the kids from school, and I know I could have somebody do that, but I want to do that. I want to be the person that picks them up from school. So, but then they come in, and then, I don't know, it just starts getting sort of crazy. So, the great thing about making this record was I decided to go to Atlanta. I mean, I sat and thought, okay, where can I go that's not too far away? If I had to get home in an emergency, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I sat down my girls and talked to them. The good thing about them being older is they understand now what I do. And I said, this is a really important album for me, and I need to really just feel like I need to be able to give it everything I have. And they're like, Mom, you should go. In the back of their mind, they're going, yes, Mom, go. 4 days? Are you kidding me? So we went to Atlanta, and I took the whole studio band with me. And I think it was real liberating for them as well, because they weren't, in Nashville, everything is so structured. It's like we start at 10, we play for 3 hours, we take a break, we start back at 2, play for 3 hours, take a break, and then at 6. And then they have their lives, they have to worry about picking up a gallon of milk on the way home from the session, or whatever it might be. So for us to just get on a bus and go to Atlanta, we also happened to land in the middle of an ice storm. So we literally, the city shut down. There was no other thing to do. Luckily, the studio was right around the corner from the hotel. So we would get up every morning and get in the car and slide across the parking lot to the studio, and there we would create all day. It was so much fun to just be able to think about nothing other than music, and I think it really made a huge difference. I was able to really focus, and we took chances. I told the band, I'm like, if you have an idea, I want to hear it. Don't think it's too weird, or there's no box that we have to fit in. I really want to just focus on being open-hearted and making this music, so it was great.